We just can't defend. Oh, man. Welcome, everyone. American Blues Podcast. This is Terry Lee. Let's talk about Sheffield United versus Chelsea. Exactly what I thought would happen. Lowest team in the league. Like a negative 50-something goal difference for Sheffield United. One of the worst teams that's been promoted in recent years. But of course, who's going to go there and give them an actual game? We do. And it's for a very simple reason. We can't defend. It doesn't matter if we have 2 defenders, 3 defenders, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we have the tallest players. It doesn't matter if we have the shortest players. We cannot defend. And I'm going to say out front, this is on you, Pochettino, and this is on the recruiters. How can we buy Fofana, Gusto, even though he didn't play today, Cucurella, Badiashile, Disasi, 6 defenders, and we still can't defend? That's just, what are we doing? What are we doing? All right, let's start at the top of the game. Beginning, I did not like what I saw today from the starting lineup or the formation. Looks like Thiago Silva started. I agree with that. Our defense has been terrible. We needed him back. Trevor Chalobah, he's always dependable. Never the greatest, but he's also not going to give you the worst game. He's going to give you just a solid job, which is what we need. Disasi right wing. Don't like it. Never liked it this season. I still don't like it. He's not a right winger. I know he's played there before. He's not a right winger. And recently, his performances at center back haven't been that great either, filled with mistakes. And the worst part of having him on the right side is he doesn't contribute to attack, and he leaves Madueke all on his own, which Madueke is probably the one player on our team who can consistently beat the defender, but he still cannot do it on his own. And then lastly, man, this one just really had me confused. Was Gallagher on left wing? What are we doing? Why? We have Mudryk. Gallagher is not a left winger. And if you put Gallagher and Cucurella on the same side, that means that left wing is done. There's nobody doing anything on that left side. And surprisingly, wow, nothing happened on the left. It was all either try to go through Palmer again or Madueke, and that was it. Or try to hit Thiago Silva on corners, because apparently he's the only person who knows how to attack a corner. I just don't understand. But let me see. I actually wrote down the number of positives I saw in this game. Let me read them off. 10 minutes in, Thiago Silva goal. Fantastic. I'm going to give a lot of credit to Trevor Chalobah for blocking 2 defenders on his own so Thiago Silva could be freed. And honestly, Thiago Silva, free header, not even a header, free corner in the middle of a box, he's going to score. Next positive. 30 minutes in, really good save of Petrovic. Good job. We'll get back to you later. And then 65 minutes, Madueke, goal. Fantastic. Although I think any other goalie in the Premier League would have saved this one because it was hit pretty central. It was hit with a lot of pace, but the goalie kind of shuffled to his right. I tried to anticipate that he was going to try to curl into the corner, and Madueke just hit it down the middle and scored. Am I complaining? No. Is that a consistent goal that we're going to get? Absolutely not. It was a good run-up. It was a really good pass by Palmer, and it was a lot of individual skill by Madueke, but that's not a very reliable week-in, week-out type of goal. Oh, and then look, one more positive. 86 minutes in, Petrovic, great save again. That's it. 4 positives. Done. Don't want to talk about this anymore. Great, we can score goals, but you know what the problem is? We can't defend. We can't keep out goals. We can't keep out goals to a team that's the lowest in the league who can't score goals against anybody else. Go figure. First goal, Petrovic. Man, this is the 3rd game in a row he's made a major mistake that's led to a goal. First game was that awful tie against Burnley where he basically let the ball slip through his fingers. Next goal was the 3rd goal against United earlier this week when he came out of goal, was nowhere near getting the ball, was left stranded nowhere, no man's land, and Garnacho just had to head the ball anywhere towards goal and he would have scored, and he did. And this one, man, another cardinal sin of goalkeeping. You cannot get scored on the near post. I don't care if you're trying to anticipate the cross, but you cannot dive centrally and leave your near post open. That is a huge no-no, huge no-no. I would much rather see the ball crossed and get scored because we had poor defensive marking or poor midfield tracking than see a 99 out of 100 times preventable goal on the near post because you just weren't in the wrong spot or you just weren't in the right spot. So disappointing. So disappointing. And then, of course, but we were still fine. We were still fine. We were 2-1 up. We just need to hold on for 35 minutes. That's it. 35 minutes plus extra time. And could we do it? Absolutely not. Biggest problem that I saw today, same as other games, is I don't understand. We cannot deal with headers. Like, what is being unable to deal with headers? We had Badiashile on the field at that time, who's the tallest player on the whole field. We put Casadei on, who's also quite tall. That's the only reason we put him on is for his height. Still nothing. And then the entire second half, the beginning of the second half, we were horrendous. We came out of halftime again so dejected, so slow. And I'm not sure if it's because Pochettino wants to tell everyone to calm down, just keep it slow, take the sting off of Sheffield. But it didn't work because Sheffield was all over us in the beginning of the second half. And then as it went on, we did get a little bit better. That led to the Madueke goal. And then from then, 65 until 90, nothing happened. Almost nothing happened. We had a few runs at the goal, a few corners, no real chances. Jackson probably had the best shot, but again, Jackson isn't a striker. He's really good at one thing, which is linking up play, but he cannot hold up the ball. He cannot take defenders one-on-one. He can barely take goalies on one-on-one. And I think that's part of the issue with the overall team is you can see when you go into a full season without a recognized striker, we're going to have really inconsistent results because our attack is just so blunt. We don't have the one tool that every other team in the league has, which is a striker that can try to at least score goals. And Jackson can't. It just isn't that person. I just don't know what's going on with our defense. And I think, it has to, number one, come down to recruitment for recruiting apparently incredibly bad defenders. And defending's, this one's tough because it's not like every young defender who shows good signs one season is going to become great. Defending's an art. It takes a lot of experience to know where to be, know when to push up, know when to come back, and most importantly, to be able to read the flight of the ball like Thiago Silva does and always be in the right position, always at the right height of jumping to actually get the ball. Like none of our other defenders know how to do that. None of them. Maybe Trevor sometimes, but even sometimes he gets out jumped and he misreads the flight of the ball. He's just not in the right position. And we've seen that a few times over the past few seasons, but really that final goal is just infuriating. Casadei missing his header. Badiashile missing his header. In fact, the only person who got a header during that last final play was Enzo, one of the shortest players on the team. He managed to get his header and nobody else could. And then, of course, who was it again? It was Badiashile not anticipating in the wrong position, standing behind his defender. Now, if he wants to come out and say he was trying to hold a offside trap, fine, so be it. Then, in that case, it would be Disasi's fault for not joining the offside trap. But overall, poor defending, just no communication between defenders. They're supposed to stick to each other in a line and help each other, and they have just no communication. And that's shocking. That's shocking for two defenders who are both French, who played on Monaco together, who should understand each other more than they've shown on our team. So I think if it's every single defender having the exact same issues, except for Thiago Silva, who is Thiago Silva, one of the best defenders over the past decade in the game has seen, then I'm sorry, it's on the manager. This is on the management. You're not teaching us how to defend. You're clearly not working on defending in training. Otherwise, we would see some change. And then apart from that, I just don't get how we press sometimes. This is Sheffield. This is not, this is not Arsenal. This is not City. Like, we should be able to press them. We should be able to stop them from playing through our midfield so easily. Look at the way Arsenal press. Look at the way Liverpool press, the City. Those players, when they lose the ball, they sprint and they attack like their life depends on it. We barely show any life when we have the ball, And sometimes it's just down to pure magic from Palmer that we even have a chance to score, let alone get a goal. But most of the time when we lose the ball, it's maybe Gallagher sprinting and Palmer sprinting and Jackson sprinting, and that's it. Nobody else sprints towards the ball, and we get played out so easily. And that's just, I'm tired. I'm tired of watching the same mistakes again and again and again. And I'm tired of, being a fan with other fans watching this game, seeing the same issues over and over and over again. And I don't understand what our manager's doing. I don't understand what any of the coaching staff is doing. And let's get to the worst part of this weekend, which was not even this game. It's United somehow managed to get a point against Liverpool, which means United, one of my most hated teams, got a point that they didn't deserve. They should have been just played out of the park by Liverpool today. And that also means that Arsenal are now top of the table. Oh, God, in terms of like nightmares in one weekend, it's us losing to a bottom table team, United being happy, and Arsenal being top. Like, what could be worse? What could be worse? We've had so little to celebrate over the past going on almost 3 seasons. I've been just kept alive. I've been nourished by the tears of United and Arsenal fans. Not really Arsenal fans because they've been really good, but they also choked last season. But mainly United. And I couldn't even have that this weekend to sustain me. So what an awful weekend, awful result. Do I think the season's over? Do I think Europe is out of the question? Yeah, but until it's mathematically impossible, I'm going to keep hope because what else can you do? But man, I swear, if we keep, it's not even if, we're going to keep playing this way. I just hope that somebody works on defense. Please, for the love of God, please learn how to defend. Please. Peace.